But you weren't. All right. So we're gonna call the order, the planning commission meeting for Monday, March 10th, 2025. We're gonna do a roll call, but first I want to make an introduction of a new planning commissioner on the board, Miss Monique Wood. Welcome to the planning commission, ma'am.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you here, having your insight on matters that, directly affect the town. So that being said, I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Commissioner Wood,
Here.
okay. Commissioner Beisel,
Present.
Commissioner Russell,
Here.
Commissioner Niaz,
Present.
Commissioner Borka,
Present.
Vice Chairman Noy,
Here.
and I am here. Am I missing anybody? This in and out change. I just want to make sure I'm good. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 members of the planning commission, all are here. All right, at this time, I'd like to get a motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion to adopt the agenda. Second.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner Borka, second by Vice Chairman Noy. Commissioner Wood, can I get a vote on this?
The adoption of the minutes.
Oh, yes. You don't have to.
Agenda.
That's on the agenda.
The agenda, yes. I vote yes.
Okay, Commissioner Beisel,
Approved.
Commissioner Russell.
Yes.
Scratch through this young, cause I'll keep saying that. All right, Commissioner Borka,
Approved.
Commissioner Niaz,
Proof.
Vice Chairman Noy,
Approved.
and I approve. All right, at this time, I want to get a motion to adopt the approval of the minutes for previous month meeting, February 10th.
Motion to adopt the minutes for previous meeting.
Motion given by Commissioner Borka.
I'll second.
Second by Vice Chairman Noy. So Commissioner Wood,
Stay.
okay, Commissioner Wood abstains. Commissioner Beisel,
Approved.
okay, Commissioner Russell, Commissioner Borka,
Approved.
Commissioner Niaz,
Approved.
Vice Chairman Noy,
Approved.
and I approve. That vote carries 6-1 abstination. And at this point, we're going to have an introduction of any old business. If none, then we'll move on to the introduction of new business.
Presentation.
Presentation
Yes,
to the planning commission.
yes.
Thank you, sir. That's okay.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and members of the commission. Okay. So this is a presentation regarding the Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail, or PHNST. The Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail is a congressionally designated trail network which runs from the mouth of the Potomac River in Maryland and Virginia, the bottom right 2 dots, to the Allegheny Highlands in western Pennsylvania, the single dot to the northwest. It's 833 miles of existing trails and 91 miles of planned trails, totaling 924 miles. Prince William County Parks and Recreation engaged with a consultant to complete a PHNST feasibility study. And the study supports the National Park Service goal of closing gaps in the trail network to allow continuous access and enjoyment of the trail by visitors and residents. The study will identify a planned alignment for each gap area, and the trail's project purpose and need include access and mobility, health and safety, and quality of life, and economic benefits. So a gap area 2 has been identified in the town of Dumfries to connect Main Street and Prince William Park, Forest Park, indicated by the arrow, a black arrow there on the screen. So within the town of Dumfries, the study area 2 is shown by the dotted blue line. And the area 2 boundaries include I-95 to the west, Quantico Creek to the south, Main Street to the east, and Duke and Washington Streets to the north. Challenges to be addressed include aligning the with town plans, including the comp plan and the Main Street Small Area Plan, serving community amenities in the town, and connectivity to other trails. The consultants identified 3 alternative alignments for each gap area, screened each of the alternatives, identified alternatives that passed the screening, then reported on the results and provided a preferred alternative. So the first of the alternative alignments identified by the consultant is alternative alignment 2.1. And it directly serves community facilities, including Merchant Park, the Weems Spots Museum, and Dumfries Elementary School. It's located on the lower traffic volume streets of Duke and Cameron, and it is on the south side of Batestown Road under I-95. It is on the east side of Van Buren Street in Prince William County and includes a separate bridge adjacent to Van Buren Road over Quantico Creek in Prince William County and connects to the future trails in Prince William Forest Park. Then the consultants considered alternative alignment 2, which follows Main Street and Batestown Road. It's on the north side of Batestown Road, east of Cameron Street, then on the south side of Batestown Road to 95. It's on the east side of Van Buren Road, again in Prince William County, and also includes a separate trail bridge adjacent to Van Buren Road over Quantico Creek and connects to future trails in the Prince William Forest Park. And alternative alignment 2.3 follows Main Street to the Quantico Creek and follows the south side of Quantico Creek under I-95 and under I-95 to Van Buren Road, and is also on the east side of Van Buren Road in Prince William County and connects to future trails in Prince William Forest Park. So the project purpose and need alternatives, as mentioned, were screened to determine if they fully meet the project's purpose and need. And again, they include access and mobility, and the description of access and mobility is further defined as to provide interconnected and multimodal trail network, provide access to alternative means of transportation for residents and visitors, and under health, safety, and quality of life, to encourage physical activity such as walking and biking, provide safe crossings, and minimize exposure to heavy traffic, and under economic benefits, to enhance access to businesses along the trail, attract visitors who will patronize local businesses, and allow opportunity for special events along the trail. So the consultants identified alternative alignment 2.1 as the preferred alternative. And it addresses environmental impacts, right-of-way, safety, and construction, cost of construction. It would provide safe access to Merchant Park, a safe route to the school, Dumfries Elementary, and safe access to historic resources, both the cemeteries and the Weems Spots House. In summary, the trails shared use paths are designed as a 10-foot wide path for pedestrians and bikes. Construction is funding dependent. The Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail has been in the making for over 20 years. And the schedule of the feasibility study being completed by Prince William County includes a presentation to council, which was back on March 4th. This evening's presentation and the deadline for comments to Prince William County is in a few days, March 13th. And the final study report will be provided the latter part of this month. Comments are requested actually this evening so that we can send them to Prince William County by the deadline. And please feel free to share any comments this evening or email them to me or the town clerk on or before March 11th. Once received, we will forward them to Prince William County. Let's see, I do have some images. We can either discuss the item now, or if you'd like, I do have some images along the proposed routes, if that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, do we have? I'm not finding a pointer, but this again shows the route, and we can kind of see the elementary school, the large building and complex kind of red there toward the top or middle of the image. To the left of that are the cemeteries, an historic African-American cemetery, and then a more recent cemetery, and then of course I-95. But that's Batestown Road, identified as Mine Road in this photo. But we can see Cameron Street in front of the elementary school, the red building, over to Duke Street, and then it would come down Duke Street to Main Street. That's the recommended preferred alternative. Then 2.2 would come along what's in the image, Mine Street, all the way to and curve to Main Street, as opposed to cutting through the neighborhood. And it would be along the roadway, and then the 2.3 alignment alternative would be along the creek, the south side of the creek, south of Mine Road. And just quickly, this is the intersection of Duke Street and Main Street, where it would kind of begin off of Main Street, then going farther up Main Street, and then farther to the intersection of Cameron Street. And that's the Williams Spot House. This is turning left at that intersection. We can see the sidewalks on either side and think about the expanded trail network. That's Merchant Park to the right, and then another structure there. And then we're getting closer to the elementary school here, the elementary school. And then that's a residence to the right, adjacent to the elementary school. And the cemeteries would be behind that, residence. Then farther down, there's an existing sidewalk on the left or east side of Cameron. And then this is the intersection of Cameron and Batestown. And so there would have to be some type of connection to this intersection, and then going west on Batestown, or identified as Mine here. On down, we can see 95 in the distance. And then, going under 95 and connecting eventually to Van Buren and Prince William Forest Park. And this image is at the intersection of Batestown and Main Street. There's the, I think, restaurant and mosque to the left. And then there's a business to the right, and it gets very tight in here. And of course, this is a much more traveled roadway and very, busy. We can see the cars there. And it's much tighter as far as available property for, the potential trail, but, potentially doable. And then the creek is to the left. And that's, oops. Okay, that was the last one was the intersection, thank you, of Cameron and Batestown. I'm happy to respond to any questions, and please provide any comments that we can share with Prince William County.
So, I'll start with you. Do you have any questions or comments?
With this one.
Okay, Commissioner Russell.
First, thank you. I appreciate
Mhm.
staff coming to us with this report. And I will write out comments to you.
Great.
So, but in general, my concern is as far as ADA accessibility,
Mhm.
the alignment 2.1
Mhm.
going up, from Main Street up all the way up to Cameron and down. To me, that is a very difficult slope to deal with. I think potentially it may be better to go along, from Main Street to along, Batestown Road or Mine Road. I think there are more opportunities as far as, because the town will have to get, right of way from properties.
Mhm.
I think there's more opportunities along Batestown Road versus Cameron Street and Main Street. My question is, does Prince William County have any future plans for any type of trail or walkway along, Van Buren's, road, Van Buren Street? I know that they're going to eventually connect that in Prince William County further up.
Mhm.
And I was just curious if that has any component for a trail to connect to the rest of the county that way.
Mm.
And then I guess I'm just trying to understand on the fourth slide, maybe it says study area challenges. It shows, I guess, the alignment of where it's going underneath 95 and then comes down. What is, I guess, Van Buren extension and going down along that road and wrapping around and then coming back. Is that Bates Road that it's following back and looping back on?
I'm sorry, let's see.
Right there.
Oop.
So right there, if you see, it's going along Quantico Creek
Mhm.
and then takes a left to go down I'm saying Van Buren extension. Goes through the park and then comes back. And I was wondering, what is that loop that comes back? Is that back on Mine Road or what is
Oh,
Town Road?
okay, so the red line actually just identifies the boundaries
Oh, that's.
of the area. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And it would, go south, potentially go south on Van Buren and then connect to trails in Prince William Park that way.
Somewhere along there are trails in
And
Prince William Forest Park.
existing and proposed.
Okay. So those are my main concerns, and you've stated that they're looking for a 10-foot wide shared use path, which I think is great. I just, again, I'll send you an email with my comments, but I'm concerned about ADA accessibility. And again, to me, it gets tied up in that residential area as well. But other than that, I support this idea 100%.
Commissioner Bongo?
Yeah, I love the idea as well. I think it's gonna bring the connection to Prince William Forest Park, which it's just acres of beautiful trails and recreation. So I'm very supportive of this. What I see, just a couple of the photos, is beautiful bridges, beautiful lampposts, flowering dogwood trees. There are a lot of stuff. So I just hope that if we move forward with the project, that it's done in a way that looks classy and beautiful. Considering also, parking, maybe signage as well, saying that you are on the trail. You know, and that the Prince William Forest is this direction. You know, other than that, I feel like the rush hour may overlook the fact that they're driving right over top of the trail. Probably a big ask to put a pedestrian bridge over Mine Road there, but that of course does see rush hour with a long line of cars. There's two four-way stop signs or three-way stop signs along that stretch, so I do think traffic should come to a stop. So with option 2.1. The forest itself is pretty strenuous hiking, so anybody that was headed in that direction should be prepared for massive elevation changes and pretty strenuous terrain. I don't know if you've hiked it, but there's some pretty good terrain through that park. So other than that, you know, as far as the three different options go, the environmental impact of going right along Quantico Creek, I could see that being very beautiful, especially with a lot more bridge work. But I could see the cost of that project going up exponentially with option 2.3. 2.3 for some reason was green. In comparison to the yellow and red, so I thought that initially was going to be the one of choice. It does seem to be the path of least resistance. But again, with bridges, I think that could be a lot more costly. That's what I've got.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, sir. Commissioner Wilkins.
Sure. So I think option 2.3, I don't think they could build it. If we look at the restricted zones near the waterway, I don't think they can build, although it would be a nice, quiet, scenic area away from the streets. 2.2 does not seem like a feasible one, although the point already made, going up Duke Street and going down Cameron Street are really good inclines. As a matter of fact, in terms of traffic in the wintertime, those are the only two areas I know of that are in that area where you're concerned about sliding down the hill. So if that's a concern, will it be a concern in the winter? They want to have 10-foot wide biking paths and walkways. So my question to that is, would they leave existing walkways the way they are at however many feet wide they are, 3 foot, 4 feet wide? Or would they be building into people's property to make it 10-foot wide, which may not be feasible up through the subdivision? And then on Batestown Road, between Cameron and Van Buren, that's an area currently challenged by natural resources. When it rains, overgrown, like bamboo and things like that. So they're gonna have to do a lot of work to make that a walking path in that area. I fully support it, because when you drive through there, you get a little bit nervous about the quality of the roads there. Is all of this under Prince William County, or is Dumfries gonna have to pay for some of this?
The funding is to be determined, but probably most likely grant funding and administered through the trail project, but with the assistance of Prince William County and probably the support of the town, we would probably be asked to sign or provide a support letter for applications for funding.
Those are all my comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Needs.
And so, not only because of the walkway, is that wide enough, we still have the traffic going back and forth. that will be safety for people in the walk, just
Mhm,
how we should happen.
mhm.
It's very important. Residency along there. It seems like a lot of small streets are really crowded.
Mhm, mhm,
Just like, feels like 2.1
mhm,
and 2.3, hard to
mhm,
feel. It is supposed
mhm.
that is great.
Mm.
Stadiums here. It's very nice.
Mm.
If they can make it right, it's gonna be very good. Increase for the Dumfries area. For everybody. But other than that, I don't have any other comment.
Thank you, Commissioner. Moore. Vice Chairman Lloyd?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Russell and Commissioner Bork have both touched on it, but I'm going to ask outright, are there any private property acquisition plan for making of the actual trails? That space back there is already tight as is.
Uh, yes, is the short answer. There would have to be right-of-way acquisition. And each alternative alignment has different acquisition requirements. In some cases, and I don't have the specifics, but in some cases, there is existing right-of-way that could be used. And the acquisition of private property would be minimized. But I think for each of the alternatives, there would be some acquisition required.
And I think Commissioner Bork already asked my question about, you're saying federal grants, although federal grants will be involved, we will have to assist with whatever is chosen.
Yes, but it would again be grant funded as opposed to probably general fund or any direct town revenue.
Mr. Chair, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. That's why I like going last, because y'all all got good answers, good questions and touch on a lot of things I'm thinking. Y'all all made good points about the property. I would want to have the path of least resistance, so to speak, when it comes to acquisition of properties. And I know each of them have their properties that have to be, modified or whatever, but which of those proposed routes has the least amount of, say, usable acquisition space? Because I would think 2.1. Just like, I would think 2.1 would be, the one that might have the least amount of disturbance to someone's private property. That's the route that I'm most in favor with. And I also agree with Commissioner Bisel about trying to come up with pedestrian bridge. The safety is big on all of it. Pedestrian bridge, I'm big on that. I'm big on, I'm big on lighting. You got kids and whatnot that's gonna be using this, and if we're going down that base road route, then there definitely needs to be something in place to separate, from the road. As of right now, those are the only comments I have. I've come up with something else, I'll definitely email you.
Okay, great.
Commissioner Biden?
Yeah, if we were to have no pedestrian crossway, I'm a big fan of speed bumps to slow traffic down. You get a lot of hot rods out there. They're not gonna drive fast over a speed bump. So.
Great.
Commissioner.
Going back, I guess the other thing that I would like to see, if possible, is if they could provide, the consultants, if they could provide cross sections of what they expect as far as how they will address it. And I know we've touched about right of way and like that, but is this something where areas that would, I mean, going through that residential areas, are they saying that as far as their ideas, is it that the sidewalk would stay where it is, but we would provide a bike lane or something like that, that would provide that for the trail? So then we have the sidewalk and now a 5 or 6 foot, whatever VDOT allows, bike lane. Excuse me. But I would be interested in seeing what they would propose for along Quantico, what they're proposing along Quantico Creek and Mine Road or Batestown Road like that. Because a line is one thing, but actually, and I appreciate you providing those Google images so we can see as we're walking through that space. But again, is it something that they are already anticipating? They're just trying to work with the existing right of way, and it would be shifting the road or just adding pavement to the apron? Or is it actual, we need to now go in and try to get right away from actual properties? So that's the one thing I was curious about. And I realize that may not be part of this study, but it's definitely useful information, in my opinion.
So I have one more thing too. You just kind of prime me on something. So it's Prince William County overall, are they gonna be the ones overseeing this thing, or is it's gonna be oversaw by state, federal? How's that gonna go?
Right. Honestly, I'm not sure. Definitely Prince William County is doing the study, but as far as construction is concerned, or even administration, that includes funding and getting funding. I'm not exactly clear on that, but I can check,
Okay.
or we can submit that.
The reason I ask that is if it is the county, and I know we're still in the early stages, we're looking at images, there's gonna be a lot talked about, changes made, ideas thrown. But what I don't want to see is the same thing that happened with the Potomac, that Parkway, is them have everything in order. This is what they're gonna do. And then they come present something to us saying, this is what we're doing. And there was no input on the details when it directly affects us here. I know we've gotten better in our relationship with the county, for sure. But we need to assure that, when they're doing this stuff, that they, have enough respect for the commission to make sure that we see some of these things before somebody stamps it. Anybody else? No? Okay. So that was questions on that. I guess we can.
Thank you.
Open, you got something?
Oh, no, I just said thank you.
Okay, no problem. As open forum, if any commissioners want to say anything in general, would be a good time to do it. Commissioner, Vice Chairman Noyes.
Well, I'll wait. Anybody else? Anything?
I just want to say welcome. Commissioner Woods, and we're honored to work with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, go down the line then. Commissioner Beisel, do you have anything?
Yeah, also welcome, Commissioner Wood. We will also have this new Rose Casino across the street. Coming up the street, we have basically the landfill with some real steep grassy hills coming off of it. I think it'd be really nice if on that hill there was like a love or hope kind of message, some kind of signage, just something for people to drive up and be inspired. That's the lot driving up that hill. I look at that hill sometimes. There's a lot of decoration that could be put up there.
Cool. Commissioner Booker? Nothing. Okay. Commissioner Diaz?
Welcome, the commissioner. Thank you.
And also, I did tell you at the beginning, but welcome again. I know you're gonna be an asset. I know you speak your mind too, so that's good to have, we I always brag on this commission. I feel like the continuity that we have has been better than what I've seen in the past and a lot of what's happened here. But we all have the same mission, I believe, and that's trying to make the decisions that we feel like is best for the community overall. It's not about us personally. So we'll continue to move forward like that. All right. With that being said, okay, Vice Chair, no.
Just one remark for staff, the area on Colonial Point, I'm starting to see vehicles starting to make their way back to that area. So I just want to put that on staff's radar, because I know we've made strides to clean that area up back there.
Good point.
And I hate to, yes, take steps back. Yes. Right, we have plans for it, but we're starting to see, vehicles parked up in that area. That's all I have, thank you.
What is the plan with that? I mean, that acquiring the property, they still gotta go to closing, or is that
Yes,
all been done?
no.
Okay,
Mhm.
so after that, I guess once that's complete, then we can make some physical moves.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, to his point, like, we see it all the time.
Mhm.
It's a lot of scrupulous activity.
Mhm.
But I really like to see, once that time comes, it's gonna need to be fenced off. At the very least.
Mhm.
Maybe even have to have, officers going through there occasionally. But if not, we're gonna have people just hanging out.
Mhm.
That's all I got, thank you.
If I could,
Yes, sir.
so currently, the town has a I think it's $3 million grant from the Environmental Protection Agency to do an assessment of the site. And once that assessment is complete, then the closing can
Okay.
be completed.
Yeah, idea when that,
No, a few months, I believe. Yeah, I don't have the schedule. And the town is engaging with a consultant to help us do the assessment.
okay.
Mhm. And just one more quick thing, if I could. Wanted to make sure, inform the commission that the draft comprehensive plan update is now on the town website, and I will send a link to the members of the commissions for your review. We will schedule a joint meeting with the town council to review the draft and receive comments with the consultant. And the goal, and that's hopefully in April. And the goal would be for the town council to consider the final document and approve the final document in April as well. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I will be absent from this meeting.
You hear me?
I'll say, on purpose. Do we know when that joint meeting is going to be in April?
It is to be determined. I'm working with the town clerk to identify a date that is good for the council. The council meeting the first council meeting in April is April 1st. And that is an option, but I don't know if the council would want to have a separate meeting and devote, more time, be able to devote more time to the matter. But as soon as I get a draft date or proposed dates, I'll share it with the commission for confirmation.
Okay. Oh, no, sir, good, sir. Well, good. All right, so if there's nothing else, this time I'd like to get a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
All right, motion made by Chairman Noy.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Boswell. Can I get a vote on that, Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Boswell,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Borka, Vice Chairman Noah,
Approved.
and I approve. That motion carries 7-0. The meeting is officially adjourned at 7:41.